So Vankyo reached out to me recently and sent me this CM7000 Commander gaming headset in blue to try out and give a sort of review, or maybe just a first impression, since I've had it for about 3 months now. So I'm just going to give you a quick rundown. I'm going to run through the actual headset itself and some of the fit and finish and materials in there as best as I can. As you can see, when it's lit up, it's got this blue light going on over here with a little K. I guess that's a K. What is that? It's got ear cups that are sufficiently spongy and comfortable. I've used it for a few months already. And over here, there's some subtle left, right indicators inside the ear pads. It's got like a metal band, as you can, for the top over here. Whoa. Okay, anyway. And it flexes fairly well. And as you can see, there's the top part here, which I gotta take this off to show my terrible hair. And it's meant to sit over your head like so. Going onto the unit itself, there's a volume control as well as a physical clicky mute button here, so you can depress it to mute, which is nice to have, especially if you want to turn it off. It also has a cable here, which is a really kind of thick braided cable that is permanently attached here, so it's not detachable as you might find in other units, so it's on there for good. But the cable is braided and thick. I'm not quite a fan of this type of braiding, but I think that's just a subjective thing. As well as the USB header and a 7.1 surround sound functionality and some controls for mute, volume, and lights. All right, I'm also going to show you guys how they sound when I'm recording my voice through the microphone. So that is the Vankyo Commander CM7000, and here's the voice audio quality and just snapping in the background. So I have another gaming mic to compare it to, which is the Razer Kraken 7.1 surround. This one in obnoxious lime green. So what I'm mostly focused on when I'm using these as gaming headsets is mostly comfort and how they sound and how they make me sound in the game, whether I am intelligible or whether they pick up a lot of background noise. It's very hard to tell you how the sound is from my ears because, number one, they're not your ears. But I can give you a little bit on how they feel in terms of comfort-wise. As far as comfort-wise, they are fairly comfortable. My only, I guess, criticism is this top band here wants to push it off the top of my head. Instead of clamping down sideways, this mechanism here wants to move the headset off my head. It's okay, but there's still, it feels like it's still a little bit of force going upwards rather than just staying there. So I'm not used to that versus the other headsets just kind of clamp to the side and stay there. But they don't actually come off my head. It's just like a different feeling with a different mechanism versus something like this. It's stuck there. It's pushing in versus pulling up. Also, the mic is not retractable like the more expensive Razer. They kind of just, you can move them out of the way such as that, but that's kind of a minor point. It's not terribly important, but if for whatever reason you're done gaming and you just want the, but for whatever reason, if you're done gaming and you want the mic to go out of the way, something like the Razer will kind of hide that a little better. It's still there, but it's not in your face per se. So sound quality, I went through these headphones and compared them with the M50X, the Bose, and the Vankyo, and as well as the Razer. So what I found is that these headphones sound surprisingly good, and the quality of the mic is also surprisingly good given the price that they came. I put in a couple of tracks. One of them was like this Madonna track, La Isla Bonita or something like that, where at the beginning of the song, there's like this very faint, almost breathy noise that happens at the beginning of the song. That was the first time I've ever noticed that sound, and it came from this. So I actually heard like the background, either a musician taking a breath before they start playing, which was not noticeable on my other headset. So that was interesting. It had a little bit more detail in the audio, which is strange because they're not very expensive. And I'm not an audiophile, so I'm just hearing things that I'm hearing through here. So that was the interesting thing. And I'm comparing that to the Audio-Technica M50X, which are more studio headphones, not really meant for gaming, and as well as the Bose QC35, which are also not gaming, just more or less with the noise canceling. So it does have sharper sounds in the highs and trebles, and it's a little bit more distinct in those areas. Whereas something like the Razer, oops, shh, it's okay. And then I've also tried using them for conference calls, and they sound surprisingly good. There's only a certain level of quality that I'm really looking for, is whether I can pick up background noise or whether my voice sounds like trash, but they are actually fairly decent compared to something like the Razer or the Plantronic actual, I guess, voice headset that I have. So they actually work that way. These are gaming headsets, so it's really better for use if you're trying to kind of muffle out the outside surrounding sound. They don't really work that great as a Zoom headset, just because I like to hear a little bit of my voice as I'm talking, you know? Whereas if I kind of block it off, it feels like I can't hear what I'm saying, and it's a little bit distracting in that sense. So overall, I'm actually surprised by these headsets. I mean, I would say that they're almost as good as the Razer. I do not like the strap mechanism as much. They're not as comfortable, but they sound just as good or a little bit better than the Razer in terms of sound quality. It's missing some of the creature comforts like the retractable mic arm here, but if it's a gaming headset, it's not too big a deal. Also, this is advertised to have 7.1 surround sound, and I think the Razer also has 7.1 surround sound built in. But what I found is surround sound in headsets generally aren't that great, so turn it on at your peril. I prefer it just to act as a headset instead of fake 7.1 surround. If you want that, you should really get like 7.1 speakers. But if you want to kind of simulate it, I don't know. Basically 7.1 surround on any headset is just not going to be great, but it's there if you want to play with it, so have at it. So as far as budget gaming headsets go, I think these are actually worth a look. They have really great sound and they make you sound pretty decent, versus if you bought something like a Razer, which are, I think, even twice the price. The only thing that you get with the Razer maybe is the retractable headset and a little bit more adjustable band there. But apart from that, if you're on a budget, you can't go wrong with these. Whoa. Okay, anyway.